Miracles do happen. A gorgeously imaginative new musical is now on Broadway. Water for Elephants is a New York Times critic's pick. It's stunning, emotional, spellbinding entertainment. A dazzling love story, propulsive with passion. Don't miss the best new musical on Broadway. Water for Elephants. Get tickets now at telecharge.com and choose the ride.
On today's Smart 7, local elections loom as Home Office loses deportees, SNP face no confidence vote, and lots more. It's Wednesday, 1st of May, it's May Day, and happy birthday, Wes Anderson.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Now that the Safety of Rwanda Bill is law, the government has formally begun the process of preparing to send over 5,000 people to the African country on deportation flights. Tuesday night saw a surprise announcement that one failed asylum seeker had voluntarily departed for Rwanda on a commercial flight with a payment of £3,000. However, according to the Home Office, it can't locate about 60% of the potential deportees ahead of a potential July deadline for the scheme to get underway. Health Secretary Victoria Atkins was on the media rounds on Tuesday, but she says she's not concerned about the issue.
The Home Office is used to this operationally, so the expectation is that we remove that group of people as well as others by the end of the year. In fairness to the Prime Minister, he said he wants the first flights to take off within 10 to 12 weeks, so the urgency of this is paramount.
This week has already seen a dispute with Ireland after Justice Minister Helen McEntee said that the UK's Rwanda plan has driven up the number of asylum seekers crossing the Irish border from Northern Ireland. Labour's Jonathan Ashworth says the whole scheme just seems chaotic.
The fact that this government can't even find people, let alone stop the boat, suggests that this government has completely lost any grip that they ever might have even had of this situation.
Wednesday sees the Scottish Government face a motion of no confidence as the aftermath of Humza Yousaf's disastrous political misjudgment continues to play out. He stepped down as First Minister on Monday after a chain of events which began with his decision to bring an abrupt end to the power-sharing arrangement between the SNP and the Greens. He's staying on until a new leader is appointed, and there's internal politics going on in the SNP as both former Deputy John Swinney and former Finance Secretary Kate Forbes, who lost out to Mr Yousaf in the 2023 leadership election, manoeuvre for position. Scottish Labour leader Anna Sarwar says it shouldn't be an SNP issue and has called for a vote in a bid to spark an election.
It should be for the people of Scotland to decide who leads our country, not some kind of backroom deal stitched up by the SNP or a handful of SNP members.
The SNP might be rescued by an unlikely source, however, as former power-sharing partners, the Scottish Greens may decide to abstain on the vote, according to co-leader Patrick Harvey.
We made it clear all along that our issue was with Humza Yousaf and the decisions that he made that broke trust with not only our party but everybody who wants Scotland to have a progressive pro-independence majority government.
Thursday is local election day in England, with 2,636 council seats up for grabs, along with 10 metro mayors. The polling for the Tory party shows them 20 points behind Labour, and it's expected that it'll be a poor result for Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. There are plenty of Tory seats to lose too, as the last local elections in 2021 saw a strong performance for Boris, which sees the Tories defending 985 seats. Rishi's been busy churning out new policies and announcements, including new commitments on defence spending, but it may be too little too late to have an impact on the polls. He's also been firing out social media videos to promote this month's cut in national insurance, which should see some money back in voters' pockets. Labour's Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves says that there'll still be no explanation of how the cut in national insurance might be funded.
Keir Starmer asked 3 times at Prime Minister's questions to rule out cuts to pensions. He wasn't able to make that commitment, and so we're now calling on the Prime Minister and Chancellor to be honest. Where is the money going to come from?
There was a bizarre incident in London on Tuesday which saw a 14-year-old boy killed in a sword attack and 2 members of the public and 2 police officers injured. Police are ruling out any terrorist element to events, which appeared to unfold pretty rapidly, with a suspect being tasered and arrested just 22 minutes after the first call to emergency services. The suspect is in hospital after sustaining injuries when his van collided with a building, and the Met Police investigation is continuing. London Mayor Sadiq Khan has appealed for anyone with footage of the incident to contact police and not to post on social media.
This attack is devastating and appalling. I'm sure I speak on behalf of the entire city. When I say our thoughts and prayers are with this young child and his family, the police and emergency services responded very quickly to the call-out from members of the public. They ran towards him, not thinking about their own safety, to protect other members of the public.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Charlie XCX is a bit of a raver, and Anne Hathaway's back in a mom rom-com right after this.
Miracles do happen. A gorgeously imaginative new musical is now on Broadway. Water for Elephants is a New York Times Critics' Pick. It's stunning, emotional, spellbinding entertainment. A dazzling love story, propulsive with passion. Don't miss the best new musical on Broadway. Water for Elephants. Get tickets now at telecharge.com and choose the ride.
Welcome back. This week sees the semi-finals get underway in the Champions League, Europa League and Conference League. Tuesday saw Bayern Munich face off against Real Madrid, while Dortmund meet PSG on Wednesday. And the last remaining UK team in Europe, Aston Villa, are in action against Olympiacos on Thursday. Thomas Tuchel's Bayern side failed to make the most of any home advantage, and the first leg finished 2-2. Striker Harry Kane scored a penalty, but was annoyed his team couldn't hold on for the win.
A little disappointing. I think once we got 2-1 ahead, we had 2 or 3 good chances, especially from set plays, and but this is Champions League semi-final.
Charlie XCX and Troye Sivan are about to hit the road with a massive North American tour later this year. They're longtime pop besties and have had 2 singles together, 1999 and 2099. The tour is called Sweat, and they're promising they'll be turning stadium venues into raves. They popped up together on Seth Meyers' show, and Charlie explained where she got her love of raving.
I started playing at raves when I was younger. I was like 14 at the time, super weird. So my parents, very intelligent of them, they were like, we will take you to the raves. I grew up in the countryside. I wasn't immersed in club culture. And so we went at like 9 p.m. and we kind of helped them set up. And then it wasn't until like 3 a.m. that I went on, and that's when I learned, like, oh, like, we were really early.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway is back in a rom-com. It's called The Idea of You, and it hits Prime Video on Thursday. She plays a mum who falls for the handsome lead singer of imaginary boy band August Moon after a random meeting at Coachella. Hathaway stars opposite Brit actor Nicholas Galitzine, who is quite convincing as a sort of pumped-up Harry Styles. The only problem is that he's 24 and she's 40, and the fans aren't thrilled.
I don't know if you remember me, but we met in Coachella.
Yes, I remember you.
Well, I desperately need some artwork.
Why don't we start in the back?
I like these.
This piece is from my friend Sarah.
What's it called?
Unclose Me.
And what do you feel when you look at it?
Everything.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Miracles do happen. A gorgeously imaginative new musical is now on Broadway. Water for Elephants is a New York Times Critics' Pick. It's stunning, emotional, spellbinding entertainment. A dazzling love story, propulsive with passion. Don't miss the best new musical on Broadway. Water for Elephants. Get tickets now at telecharge.com and choose the ride.